Welcome everyone to this week's edition of Tailgate Talks presented by Toyota. It's great to have two wonderful representatives of the University of Florida and the University of Georgia with us today, both who played in the game. And Jeff Chandler at the University of Florida, place kicker, finalist for the Luke Rosa Award, All-SEC, All-American. Peter Anderson, former lineman at the University of Georgia, the Jacobs Award blocker and the best blocker in college football, All-American, All-SEC. So, guys, it's great to have you guys with us today, and I look forward to spending a little time with you today. Pete, let's talk a little bit about your experience here, being a New Jersey native, and how was it coming into Jacksonville?
Came down from New Jersey. I'd never seen the crowds that we have in the SEC. Coming into Jacksonville, my first trip to Florida, coming over that bridge and just seeing the sea of people, and it's equally distributed as opposed to your home game that's flooded in red and black. So to come in and people throwing, even back then, even way back then, they had stuffed animals, believe it or not, and throwing the bulldog in front of your bus's tire, or the gator in front of the bus's tire. So it was amazing.
Jeff, being a native of Jacksonville, Mandarin High School, what was it like to basically come back home, and heck, you were undefeated as a Gator against Georgia. So talk a little bit about that first game and your career in the Gator Bowl.
Yeah, my parents both went to Georgia. I grew up going to this game on the other side of the rivalry, and then so to experience that game as a kid on the other side, being a Georgia fan, and then actually getting to play in the game, growing up here. Tons of friends and family around. Such a cool part of the student-athlete experience, and coming to this game is getting to come over that bridge and see tailgate tents, RVs, everything. It really kind of hit home how big and how important this game was.
Pete, what's the best memory you have from the games you played here representing Georgia?
Wow, so there were so many great games, because here it is, once again at a critical point in the season. And it's always, that's why the game is so important. It's always two successful programs at a critical point. They were all epic games. I was really blessed, but certainly we came down here, and Florida was ranked number 1 in 1985.
Wow.
And Lars Tate and Tim Worley and Keith Henderson ran wild and made us offensive linemen look pretty good. So that was a great game, and we won. The Bulldogs won that game.
Jeff, for you, what's the most memorable?
Yeah, as a kicker, people always ask me, like, what was my biggest kick or my most important kick? And the longest field goal I had was in this game, Florida-Georgia game. And it was a 54-yard field goal, which at the time when we were playing, I think the game was tied. We went up 20-17 and never looked back. So I kind of felt like I did my part to kind of keep the momentum on our side, so that we could, finish the game. So a lot of great memories, a lot of great bus trips back to Gainesville. That, I think, is what kind of resonates with me the most, is all the hard work and effort that you put in during the week to actually get to experience the joy and celebration being in the locker room after a big event. Those are the types of moments that stick with me the most.
Let's talk about tailgating just for a second. Now that you guys are obviously out of the game, what's it like, Peter, tailgating for this Georgia-Florida game?
It is a reunion, and so you get to see a lot of friends that maybe you don't even see in Athens so much. Being a resident here, living and raising my children for 30 years and bringing them through the tailgates, it's just a family atmosphere. Seeing a lot of friends that are now Gators as well, and all the friendships that I've made of the people here. But we all kind of gather up to our own colors during this weekend. And it's about friends and family. That's and football.
That's great. And Jeff, how about your tailgating?
Yeah, so we typically time it up with like 5 or 6 other cars to pull into the fairgrounds. So we all kind of make sure we're right behind each other, so that we can get tailgate spots right next to each other. And then it's a big setup. But like Peter said, you're constantly walking around, going to see people and visit with people that you haven't seen in years. So it is really like a reunion.
Well, these gentlemen are both members of the Georgia-Florida Hall of Fame, and needless to say, had NFL careers as well. And it's just great to have both of you guys in Jacksonville, associated with the Gator Bowl. And it's just a pleasure to have you with us today. And may the best team win. Who knows? You never know what's going to happen. But that wraps up another edition of Tailgate Talks presented by Toyota.
Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.